Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. The biggest stars, gossip, events, and the biggest tunes. Plan B, your weekend fix.
Spin 103.8.
Last year, it was all about Making Murderer, Stranger Things, and Gilmore Girls. The latest Netflix series that everyone is talking about this year is The OA, featuring one of Ireland's own, Patrick Gibson. I'm thrilled to say Patrick is with us in studio now. Patrick, how's it going?
I'm good, yeah. Thanks for having us.
Happy New Year to you.
Cheers, and to you too.
How were your Christmas celebrations?
They were great, yeah. I mean, it's always a bit mental, but no, we took it easy this year, and yeah, it was nice.
So, are you actually living here at the moment, or are you living in the States?
Well, no, I'm not in the States. I was out there for about 6 months last year, shooting the show and things like that. But I'm kind of dividing my time between the UK and Ireland.
How are you finding that?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I like coming back here and being home, seeing my mates. But then over there is for work.
You recently tweeted, "It's so cool hearing everyone's thoughts on the OA. It was an incredible adventure." What can you tell us about that adventure?
Yeah, I mean, it seems so surreal now thinking back on it. But I went to New York. We filmed it in New York.
What was it like living in New York?
It was so bizarre. I went out in February, moved into a little apartment on my own. I remember arriving the first night and sitting down, and it kind of hit me that I was like in New York on my own, about to do a show. I couldn't really believe it, but yeah, it was amazing. And all the guys, like, I made lifelong friends and pretty much family from that show.
Yeah, because most of the cast, I've been stalking all of you, have all been tweeting about how much it feels like a family.
Yeah.
What is it about this show that's brought you all together?
I don't know. I think it's partly to do with Britain's all. Just they're I mean, like, phenomenally like kind people, and really helped to bring us together. And I think Brit actually has a line in the show that's like, families can be born out of the strangest places. They should not meant to work, but they do. And I think that's like us. Like, I mean, as kids, we couldn't be any more different. But yeah, we no, I love the other guys. And
Brit's the co-creator and the star of the show, and she was so impressed when she met you at your audition. What did you do to impress her so much?
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
Well, how did you prep for that? Because you actually came in prepared.
Yeah.
As you should during an audition, okay? But you went way above and beyond.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I didn't really do it to get the job. Like, it was really that, like, I kind of fell in love with the character Steve so much that I really wanted to. Like, I didn't want to leave it alone. And
because he's not the nicest of characters. So what was it about him that made you fall in love with him?
I think it was realizing that rather than sort of being innately a bad guy or this mean kid, I think he was quite reactive to his environment. Yeah. And, you know, being, especially in America, I think there's a lot of pressure on teens that we don't really sort of pay too much attention to. And I think Steve is sort of unusually sensitive to those kind of things, and yet can't communicate that, and it all comes out in sort of this bottled up anger and rage.
So going into the audition, what did you do for Steve?
I had about 3 weeks to prepare for my audition, which was crazy. You never get that much time. It's usually like, you're going in tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I was going to New York, so they gave me some time, and but I didn't have any scripts or anything to read because they were keeping it. Yeah. As you know, they're pretty secretive about stuff. So I had the sides, which are like the scenes for the audition. I think there was like 3 or 4 scenes, and I kind of went over them so many times that it was going to become sort of too overdone or too overworked, and that was my real fear. And I wanted to keep him kind of just like as casual and natural as possible. So I started doing a diary for him. And then I got a bit carried away with it.
Wow.
And sort of filled up this little book with sort of his thoughts and what music he likes. And
Brit take that and go, "Thank you very much. We'll now include that in the script."
Yeah, I think she was. I mean, I think Brit works in a kind of similar way.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, and I didn't really intend to even show it to them. I don't think it just kind of came about, and I didn't really think that like they'd be interested in it. It was like for my own.
Good move. Very good move. What is that audition process like? Because I think it has to be one of the most unnatural and unnerving experiences a human being can go through.
Yeah, it's bizarre, and I think it's so different to working on set as well. Like, I mean, you never do 4 scenes in a row back to back on set, and you never like have one shot at it. You know, you've got loads of time to do them, so it's almost like a completely different beast that you use. That I find it tough. I get really nervous, especially with something like that. Like, you get on like an 11-hour flight. I was there for 24 hours, and I was like, to sort of go in there and then forget your lines or something. That's like my biggest fear, or just to mess it up and to not be inside it.
You tweeted, it's pretty weird how many people have seen the OA before me. Binge is about to commence.
Yes.
What's it like for you watching yourself in a TV series? Are you able to disconnect and not critique yourself and watch it like us? Or, so when you watch the OA, how do you watch it?
Well, it was really cool watching it because there was so much of the story, not to give away too much, but you see the story that Prairie Johnson is telling us.
Yeah.
And we were never there for any of that. So there's this kind of whole world. And I'm a huge fan of Emery Cohen and Jason Isaacs. And they're all in this other sort of story that
so you didn't get
telling.
to share any scenes with them?
No, I didn't. I mean, I'd love to, but yes. So there's kind of this whole element that's like fresh for me to watch, and then I slightly look away when I come up. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I can't handle it.
Oh well, I can tell you're actually really good. So just keep watching. You're so good that you're starring in 2 upcoming miniseries, The White Princess and Gorilla with Idris Elba on Sky Atlantic. I think I'm more excited than you are.
I'm really stoked about that.
What was that like?
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, John Ridley, is just, I really, like, that's something I never thought would happen. And Idris Elba and everyone working on that, and especially, I mean, the story, it's about the Black Power movement in the 70s in London, and it's a story that hasn't been told, and I think it's kind of bizarre that it hasn't been told, because when you see it, it's such a fascinating topic and an important one. And yeah, to get the chance to work with John was crazy.
So when people say, because it's definitely going to happen, people say 2017, Patrick Gibson, this is your year. How does that make you feel?
Like you're a bit mental, I don't know. I'm like, you got it all wrong. No, it's kind of surreal. Yeah, it's mad.
So what else is on your plate? Because, that's not enough of the OA, The White Princess, Gorilla, not enough. What else is going on for Patrick Gibson in 2017?
There's actually been a couple of scripts that I've been reading that I'm really excited about. Maybe I shouldn't say anything yet.
No, so do they land on your desk, or how does it work?
So, yeah, they don't. They kind of come through my agent, who is absolutely phenomenal. She's also Irish.
That's
Claire
why she's so good.
She's great. And so yeah, she'll kind of get things, read them, and then if she thinks it's the one, she'll send them on. But yeah, there's a couple of things that I think are really cool. So we'll see.
Well, look, in the meantime, we can catch you in the OA on Netflix. But Patrick, I can see massive things happening for you. Thank you so much for joining us on Plan B.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. Your weekend fix.
Number one for music and entertainment.
Spin 103.8.